typical Tuesday evening. My parents had gone away for the day. We had to go to some village to visit relatives, and I was left home alone. It seemed like nothing out of the ordinary. I'm not a little kid anymore. I can handle it. I was sitting at the computer as always, gobbling up chips, watching videos, texting friends. The apartment was quiet, and it was this silence that seemed a little too dense, deaf, as if someone was hiding behind the walls. I need to describe a little what my room looked like so you understand. My parents had recently bought and installed a new wardrobe. It was huge, almost the entire height of the wall, and it took up one of the long sides of the room. On the contrary, it saved space. We removed the old sideboard. Although it was low, it took up half the space. And in this wardrobe, despite its height, there were few compartments inside. More space, fewer partitions. There was a wide, empty shelf at the bottom, about level with the floor, and, surprisingly, I could fit in there myself. I'm a big guy, I weigh a lot, but I could fit almost entirely in there. At first I even thought about using this shelf as a hiding place, or a place to store junk, but somehow I never got around to it. It remained empty, dark, and, frankly, a little ominous. Sometimes you look at some part of the room, and it seems like nothing is out of the ordinary, but there is a feeling of wrongness. This shelf evoked exactly that feeling. A couple of days had passed since the wardrobe was installed. My parents had just left. Night. I went to bed quite late, about 2 o'clock, and then at about 3:30 I suddenly woke up. Without dreams, without noise, without any reason, I just abruptly opened my eyes. Anyone who has encountered this knows, waking up at night for no apparent reason is always an alarming signal, as if something invisible is calling you, or worse, he's watching. I'm lying there, trying to figure out what's wrong. The room is dark, but slightly lit by a street lamp through the curtains. Everything seems to be in its place. I thought I just wanted to go to the toilet. I got up, went, came back. I was about to fall asleep again, when suddenly something inside, right in the depths of my chest, seemed to tug at my heart. Instinct. I opened my eyes, and I saw that the closet door was slightly open, just a little, literally a couple of centimeters, but I clearly remember that I closed it tightly before going to bed. I decided not to dramatize. You never know. A draft, new furniture, the mechanisms haven't been worn in yet. I got up, went over, closed the door, pushed it a little so that it clicked, came back, lay down. Probably 10 minutes passed. I was just starting to fall asleep when I heard rustling, very quiet. It was as if someone had scratched the carpet with claws. My heart began to pound. I froze, afraid to move. Then again, a creak, as if someone was barely opening the cabinet door. I raised my head. The door was open again, this time wider. I don't even remember how I ended up there, but I stood up abruptly, closed it with force. And not just closed it. I found an old padlock in the drawer and latched it through a loop that shouldn't even be on this cabinet. It's strange that it was there at all. In the morning, despite a sleepless night, I immediately went to check that very bottom shelf. There was something urgent about it. I myself didn't understand what I was looking for, but when I opened the cabinet, my throat went dry. On the perfectly clean bottom of the empty shelf, 4 prints, black, as if someone dipped a paw in ash and left a mark. Only these weren't the paws of an ordinary animal. These were prints that looked more like hands, with fingers and with claws, huge claws, 10, 12 centimeters. And the scariest thing is that the prints weren't just lying there. They went deep into the closet, as if someone had crawled out of the shelf. I couldn't take my eyes off them. I looked for about 5 minutes. Then I stood up, washed myself. I came back. The prints were still there. My parents arrived in the evening. I told them everything. About the door, about the rustling, about the prints. Of course, they didn't believe me. They said it was just a fantasy, chips at night, the darkness. but I know what I saw. Since then, the closet has always been closed. During the day, at night, even when I'm not home alone. I bought another lock. I hung it on both sides, and still, every night I wake up at some point and look in that direction. Even if the door is closed, I feel like there's someone behind it. I don't know what it is. Maybe the closet was unclean to begin with. Maybe we disturbed something when we removed the old furniture, or maybe it was always there. It just has a place to hide now, but now I live with it, and I've survived so far only because I know it's there, and I don't let it out.